I think it's going to work this time. I think it's going to work this time. It is working. Oh dear. Bear with me.
Talking about it and do something!
Suck my dick, Earth, with that bullshit.
Really?
It's like a gentle hate.
Do we have another benevolent star here? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Are you benevolent and your friend was?
My name is Logan Paul, and I think I'm coming out of the flat earth closet.
This is so fucking depressing. I can't be a flat earth person.
You can't have it both ways. You can't have a flat earth and things making sense.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of Jem's Flat Earth Sunday Roast. Sorry we're so late. In tonight's show, we answer the questions you were afraid to ask, such as, where have all the flat earthers gone? Is Anthony Riley really that stupid? And would this have been funnier if Jem hadn't fallen asleep and only written it 2 minutes ago? All this and more as we spend the next couple of hours on a tour of Conspiritardia. I am your host Jem, and joining me this evening are just some of the cool kids from the Debate Flat Earth and More Discord server. They are Kat, Curved, Kosho, Scott, and that's everyone, I think.
And you as well.
Oh, and me. Good evening, everyone. Say hi.
Good
Hello.
evening.
Shout out Steve McRae in chat, yeah? Can no one attack him, please?
Yes, good evening, Steve McRae. It's good to see you. Welcome. Oh, look. That happened just as the music ended as well. How handy was that? What have you been up to this week? Anyone done anything interesting? Right.
No,
well, that's that.
Lockdown.
Scott, it's very good to see you back from your hiatus. How have you been?
Yeah, thanks. It's good to be here. Good. I just had Kosho just invoked the powers of the devil in order to read my mind and figure out which card I had selected. It was a shocking display of power.
That was pretty cool. That's
I
like
missed
the best
that.
thing of the week I've done.
Already he's dubious, so.
Can you do it on cam, Kosho, for the audience?
I don't have a. That's why I had to do it on my phone because I got a different account in Discord.
Right.
I don't have a webcam, so.
Well, they'll just have to take your word for it. Kosho can do magic.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh, that sounds good.
And he no longer has a soul. He had to sell it. It's too bad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right then. Let's play a clip, and that will give me a chance to wake up. Just like 15 minutes ago, I was fast asleep. So.
Yeah, I was listening to you snoring. I came into that.
Sorry about that. I knew when I sat down to the pie and chips, I thought, you're going to nod off if you do this. But, you know. Anyway, since the whole lockdown thing began, I have featured 6 clips featuring police overreach. So, in the interest of balance, here is a little police underreach.
Let him speak your piece and don't worry about it. We are and we're only here for everybody's safety today. We plan for the worst, hope for the best, and it seems like that's what we have out here today. Yeah. Formally, you are all in violation of the executive order. On that note, have a good day. Everybody be safe.
Oh, well, that was police underreach, I thought. I thought that was quite unusual to see that. And like I said, thought it would provide a bit of balance given the things I've already shown. Any thoughts?
Yeah, when I first saw this, I kind of figured why you put this in here is because I heard other people talking about this too. How I guess maybe because it's not so much apparent here in Texas, but I guess some places it's like a defining like time right now where it's like, okay, you were on lockdown, now things are opening back up. So I guess there's a few places that are treating it like that, and I guess this is one of those places maybe. Which is cool, I guess. But I guess here in Texas, it's not really that big of a deal because we weren't necessarily like on forced lockdown. So,
right. Any thoughts, Kat?
Sorry, I didn't really see it because the lag on my stream is
Oh, it's only a short
trying to
clip.
watch it.
So you're still watching it, are you? Oh my goodness.
I didn't really get what happened.
Well,
sounded like he said they were in violation, and
he said you're in violation of the executive order. On that note, have a nice day, and walked off, basically. So,
yeah, what's the point of that?
Well, I guess he's saying we're not gonna enforce that executive order.
Why they
it's like,
show up?
Sorry?
Probably they have to at some level. Like the technicality, maybe like to be able to cross the T and dot the I. Like, we showed up, we made the call, we talked to him, and of course all they did was say, "Have a nice day."
Right.
Also, that's not. I thought that was like an official, like open, because I guess that was like a protest, and those cops were just like saying, "You guys are cool."
Yeah. Yeah, he said right at the start, he said, we plan for the worst and hope for the best. And he said something about you guys seem to be behaving, or I can't remember what his words were, but something along those lines. And I just thought he was pretty cool, I like it when the police are like that and they don't always have to operate within the letter of the law. And I think it shows a contrast if you think about the clip I showed, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, where Joranism was at that protest, and he was right on the front line of it. And, what I saw in that was a load of people who had turned up for a protest, and then the police got involved, and then the protest became a bit of a fight, a bit of a sort of a scrum down sort of thing. And I think it didn't need to be, you could just, the police... Joranism spoke to a copper there on the front line and said, well, what are you doing? Why are you pushing us? And the copper sort of went, well, I don't know. And he said, what, you're just pushing us because you've been told to push us? And he went, well, yeah. And it was, it just seemed like they made a problem where there wasn't one. And here they are where they could have made a problem and just walked away from it. Although there were only 2 of them, weren't there? I mean, they were massively outnumbered. So, I don't know, maybe not.
I mean, that's the smartest outlook to have, or the smartest, strategy for the cops, because if they probably saw the same thing that we saw, or at least protests like that, and the outcome's going to be, them getting up and close with people that they, you don't want to be up and close with anybody. So, rather than, force that into happening, he's probably like, well, let's just hope for the best, like he said, and hopefully there'll be no reason for us to, come into contact with you guys. Just, I guess be here forever, however long you're going to be here, and
right,
yeah.
Because I guess realistically, what are they going to do? There's only 2 of them. They're not really going to be able to start arresting people anyway, are they? Anyway, I thought I'd throw that on. Let's get a little bit more meat on these bones, shall we? Our show this evening has a bit of a theme. Being a miserable old bastard, I am sometimes a bit slow on the uptake when it comes to internet memes. So it was only recently that I learned of the concept of a Karen. So as we spend some time this evening taking a closer look at the Karens of Flat Earth, for those older and or slower than me, here is an introduction to the Karen.
I just put non-fat milk in there, ma'am.
No, I don't taste the whole. It literally tastes like you put sugar. Like it tastes like sugar. I know what non-fat milk tastes like.
I can remake it.
I come here every single day. And it's always non-fat. This is not non-fat.
I can remake it if you want.
Hey, so you had a guy out there, and he was taking my credit card. He was not wearing gloves. He was not wearing gloves, and he took my credit card, and then he gave it back to me, and I said, you should be wearing gloves, and he goes, oh, I just washed my hands.
Yeah, we were just sending someone out there right now. We are supposed to be wearing gloves out there. I'm barely sending them outside right now, so I'm so sorry that happened.
So what's your policy?
So our policy is we are wearing gloves outside, especially with handling cash and card. I was just sending them out there right now because we didn't have anyone out there due to the rain. They were just setting up everything. I wasn't aware they were taking payment yet.
So you as a manager, I mean, all of these are minors. So you as a manager, it's your responsibility to make sure that they're safe, right?
Yes. The ones that I had out there actually are not minors. They are over the age of 18.
Okay, well, there's still children at 18, right,
Yes.
in a way?
So we are taking care of them. They are supposed to be wearing gloves, especially when handling payment. We weren't out there currently. We were just setting up everything, so I was not aware that they were taking payment as of yet.
What are you gonna do, Karen?
That's not my name, so get my name straight. Go ahead.
You okay, Karen? Go ahead, get my tag.
Go.
Get my tag, Karen.
My name is not Karen, so get my name straight.
Get my tag, it's okay.
A45. Sir.
All because my car is loud. 3 cop cars.
It's essential for me.
It's not up to you. It's up to the government.
That's what it said. The government said no food storage.
Yeah, no food storage.
The government says I can have food storage, does it not? Oh, I want to see this list. This is great.
Plastic.
Okay,
All
plastics.
plastic.
Okay, but I'll bet it says you can have food storage, can you not? Essentials, kitchen gadgets. That would be a kitchen gadget. Cleaning supplies, paper products, any of the food storage. Holy crap, it
That's
says
not
food
for
storage.
food.
Who gets to say what's food storage? I'm storing food in that. How do you know I'm not storing food in that? I'm telling you I'm storing food in that. In your little government list, oh no, let's get a picture of this. Government list says food storage. Oh, I already got it, Melissa. I already got it. So you're telling me you're refusing to sell me food storage items.
Yes.
And this is bath storage items. I'll bet you it says bath storage on here. I'm going to the news with this. They're going to see all of this. So you're denying me food storage?
Yes.
Okay, and what was your name, sir? You don't want to tell me. That's okay. I got your face. All right.
Speaking in Chinese. Shut up. Speaking in Chinese in front of me. Shut up. You're rude. Speak English in Canada. Rude. Who do I complain about? Shut up. You're rude. You are rude. Go somewhere else. Who do I complain about to her? Give me the number.
No, you can call our store number.
What's your store number?
On the top of the list.
Yes, over there.
Who? You want a manager to talk to me? You bring your manager here.
Get up.
If you want to talk to me, you bring your manager here, you idiot, or go speak Chinese with your other staff. Talk to me somewhere else. Get him somewhere else. What the hell is going on? Does he start fights with all your people? Then get him in the back. That is rude. Shut up and get out of here, you idiot.
You okay?
That's f***ing rude. You know about what? You know about what? Him having freaking fight with me after speaking in a different language, talking to me in front of your staff? That's pathetic. Get him out of here. It's rude. Shut up!
You were speeding. I got your license. I'm recording you. And I saw you cut 3 people off.
Bye, bitch.
I'm going to ask you if it's day. Excuse me. Look at the pump. Excuse me. I'm looking at the pump.
It's 10:01.
Because I didn't know.
Telling me you're going to take my license plate? I'm here every fucking day. Look at the pump.
I'm looking at the pump and that's what it's telling me.
It says 10:01. Come and look.
I just looked at it and it says we're missing $15.
But I just want
But now look at what I have to do.
It's not my problem.
Okay.
It's not
but
my
I have to
problem.
I see somebody moving walking away from that.
I came to pay her.
Okay, I didn't know it was you. I'm
You
very
chased
sorry.
me?
I didn't
Give me
know.
your name right now.
All right, ma'am, she was just doing her job. I'm
No,
sorry,
you
but she
don't
was
chase somebody
she was
when
just
I'm
doing
just
her
in
job.
here
But she
paying.
was just doing her job.
Give me a second here.
She was just doing her job.
I didn't know you would pay her. I thought
You
it was
should
somebody
have
walking
asked.
away.
You should
I'm
have
very
asked.
Sorry.
You know I'm
very
here
sorry.
all the time.
They told me that somebody was
You're
pulling
chasing me?
I'm sorry, ma'am.
She was just doing her job.
Mind your business.
No, I'm sorry, ma'am, but I was just trying to tell you something.
Mind your business.
I was just trying to help her.
Mind your business.
Ma'am, I was just trying to help
Mind
her.
your business.
Ma'am, I was just trying to help
You
her.
don't conduct business that way. You don't
I'm
chase
very-
somebody. I was just standing in line for 10 minutes.
Give me a second to explain, ma'am.
I'm still tell something up, mother, because you're going to try to make it seem like I'm crazy. I'm crazy? Huh? I'm crazy? No. I'm crazy? This mother... This mother... It said approved. That's what it said. It said approved. Tell me I'm a lie. Okay, man. Take you a cigarette? No, you better take me you better take me for granted since I came here. It said approved, and I'm you up. I'm a...
Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, or something like that, is what they say.
Something like that. I was going to ask you guys, which one do you think was the worst one or the scariest one out of all those?
The big one who looked like a wrestler. I thought it might be a man at first. You know, the last one.
Well,
You come charging at me.
What, the very last one? I thought the one in the petrol station with the sort of the blonde one, you know, with the... She was really angry, wasn't she, that one? The one that had been chased.
No, it was the first one who she threw her coffee at the lady, right?
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
Out of nowhere. That was
I'm
crazy.
with you, Scott.
Yeah.
That's
Holy shit.
the first one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, why are they called Karen? Was there a famous Karen that was like a viral video or something?
I don't
it's
know.
just
I don't
a meme.
know. Where did the name Karen come from?
It's not just. I think it's just a meme, like because it comes with the picture of that woman. She's got like a short bob haircut.
Yeah.
It's usually peroxide. Sort of middle-aged woman, maybe a bit older, and then it's just called Karen. It's loads of them, like Stans and all this. Do you know what I mean? Different sort of names, Chads.
Yeah, no, I got you. Right, yeah.
Right.
The good guy Steve and all that.
It's inspired by Karen B. It's all based on.
Oh, wow, it's funny you should say that. Have you seen has everyone seen the clips or not?
No, but I'm a mentalist.
Yeah, well, that'll be it. All right, shall we have another clip?
Yeah.
So now we all know what a Karen is. Here is a flat earther who shot to internet notoriety this week and was dubbed a Karen. Here is our very own Shelley Lewis in action.
I do humbly apologize, but Nelson specifically is not allowing any customer or employee inside the store without a mask or some sort of kind.
Okay, so I need to talk to a manager
I
because...
will absolutely humbly go get a manager
Yeah.
for you if you'd like to hang out with me for
Awesome.
just a moment. If not, we can provide you with one.
I'm not wearing a mask.
Okay, understood. Allow me
Perfect.
just a moment and I'll
Go ahead.
I'll reassure you.
Go ahead. Hi. Hi, I have a medical condition that I'm not allowed to wear a mask, and I'm not required by HIPAA rules and regulations to disclose that.
Okay, can we shop for you?
So, what does that look like? I have private things I want to get that maybe I don't want you to
Shop
see.
for you, but I can't let you in the store without a mask.
Okay, so where's the regulations that state that?
The regulations?
Yeah.
That is company
Because you're
policy.
discriminating against me now. Do you know that?
I'm
You're
offering
discriminating
you
against
that
me.
we can help you.
No, because I have private stuff that I don't want you to see.
Then you can call corporate office, but I can't help you.
Okay, well you guys can get a lawsuit because you can't discriminate.
I'm trying to help you, but I'm
No,
not
you
gonna
can't. How's that helping when you're gonna do shopping for me? I'm gonna give you my bank information.
doing the best I
How do I do the transaction?
Transactions will do for you.
No, I'm gonna give you my credit card, my private credit card, for you to go and take and pay with my.
We're trying to help you. That's
How's that helping me?
Miss, call corporate office. I'm sorry.
Okay, I need a card. Do you have a card for them?
I sure can.
That'd be great. This is Shelley Lewis. I'm at Dana Point, Gelson's. so if anybody wants to shop here, you have to have a mask, and here is the policies, which state that they will shop for me, take my money, my private credit card, and utilize that. I'm gonna just let them go do that. So no, I'm not. I'm not gonna do that. But you're pretty chipper. You're pretty chipper. Huh? You're happy?
Why not be?
Why are you happy?
Normally I'm a bartender and I wouldn't have a job.
Yeah.
If not for Justin.
Well, good. I mean, I'm glad you guys think it's okay to like infringe on people's rights here. You're infringing on people's rights.
Well, realistically, my dear, there is no way my card could be.
Sorry?
I'm sorry, I can't help you. But that's the number to our corporate office.
Okay, what's your name?
Okay, my name is Ben.
Ben? Okay, Ben.
Okay.
All right, thanks.
All right.
Thanks, Ben.
I just love the guy dancing around cleaning the trolleys. He was just
That's
awesome.
brilliant.
He made her look so bad, didn't he? Because you're very chipper. Why are you so happy? And, well, normally I'm a bartender and I wouldn't have a job, and now I've got a job. So, yeah, I think as somebody said, she set out to look for this trouble here, I think. What do you think?
Filming it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, those guys, if you think about it, it's a grocery store. They have every right to, protect the other people in the grocery store. And it does look totally crazy that everyone, like the staffers, are all being helpful to everybody. So it's like she's trying to make them look bad, but they're just like,
right,
dancing around and stuff.
I think as well.
I love that she thinks.
Go ahead.
I love that she thinks the Dana Point. I love that she thinks the Dana Point Gelson's, which, by the way, I don't know if you're in California, it's a super high end, like very high end grocery store. It's gonna take a credit card and do what with it exactly? They think they're gonna buy themselves Oreos or something. It's ridiculous that she's afraid to give them her credit card.
She was going to give them the credit card at the end of the transaction anyway. What?
Oh, well, yes, that's true.
Blows my mind.
Well, in one case, she's going to be seeing, she's right there, but the other case, they're going to go off and do it without her looking. But yeah, it's ludicrous in the way.
It does seem like she was, trying to pick a fight. And I guess there's because I know that she's a vegetarian chef, or I think she calls herself vegetarian cook or something on her website. So I'm guessing there's a lot of organic veg in this place, and I'm guessing that that's open. And so you don't want people breathing and coughing all over it, because, this is going to be like, some of it, people are going to eat without cooking. So it seems sensible to get people to cover up, right?
Yeah.
I think. But I think
then again, I'm a globe cuck, so.
But I think the other big mistake that she made was that, as we saw in the video, she thought that she could upload this and sort of, I don't know, maybe adversely affect their business in some way. And she really, really miscalculated, because the internet, this video went viral, and the internet dubbed her a Karen and decided that they hated her. So the next day, all her online presence has gone. A YouTube channel, a Facebook, the whole lot. Because this was picked up by the mainstream as well. I mean, I think this was in one of the UK, how newspapers have YouTube channels. One of them, either the Mail or the Mirror, I think, picked it up. So, and it was on... if you search her name, Shelley Lewis, all you'll see is this clip and people saying what an arse she is. So,
I mean, well, her big mistake was seeing somebody happy and deciding just to try to take them down. Like that was the one step too far thing that really just killed her.
Yeah, he really, really made her look bad, didn't he? Because he was happy in his work, and but I think she's been in this internet bubble where, you can upload something like that and they're all going to say, yeah, you shouldn't have to wear a mask. But, of course, the regular internet got hold of it, and they don't feel like that, like the flat earthers do. They think people should wear a mask and not be a pain in the ass at grocery stores. So yeah,
this is when flat earthers leave the echo chamber.
Right, that's right. I think that she was surprised by the reaction that the internet had to her, and this one for some reason didn't stay in the deep dark corner of the internet that we know and love, but went wild, so to speak.
Sorry to be miserable, but I would have just given that employee, just to put another perspective on it, I probably would have told him off as someone who works in retail, because like that woman's aggravated at the door. They know it. Everyone knows it. I mean, you get these customers all the time. Best thing to do is not to go back out and start dancing in front of them. To be fair. You know what I mean?
I think he was like, he's supposed to be out there though, like, because I don't know if you've been in a grocery store, at least the way it is here, it's like there's greeters at the doors basically to give you wipes and all that.
Yeah, because for a few seconds there, you saw him just stood there with his hands behind his back, sort of waiting for people.
Yeah, right.
So
she must have been live
after
streaming.
they've had a fight. Do you know what I mean? I think he's a little. I mean, fair play for a troll, but just
Well, maybe he was rubbing the salt in a little bit, but
just dancing.
It's good.
Does anybody know her position on the crazy hot scale? Is she in go or no go? And did this change anything?
Oh, do you know what? Do you not know who she is, Curved?
Yeah, I just don't know where she plots out on the scale.
Oh, well, I think, I think she's pretty hot, actually, I have to say.
But she's pretty damn crazy. That's why.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Is that a scale, though? The hot, crazy scale?
Crazy hot scale, yeah.
All right. Why isn't it like a hot, not hot, or, crazy or sane?
Well, you're weighing how crazy versus how hot, and whether
right,
it's
yeah. Okay, yeah, this makes sense.
Well, it turns out these two variables are tied intimately together. You can't have one without affecting the other.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's not valid for me because if it's hotter and crazier, that's fine with me. Like the crazier it is, I don't mind, which is it's a bad thing. But on the scale, it goes like there's a hot on one axis, crazy on the other axis, and then there's certain parts of the graph where even though she's really hot, she's too crazy, basically. So there's a sweet spot in there.
It struck me, I probably should have maybe said who she was. Shelley Lewis is the sort of attractive blonde flat earther. She was at the Flat Earth International Conference and she did a sort of a thing there on activism. I think she was on the second stage there. But she's perhaps best known for that Scientists versus Flat Earthers video, which was on the channel, I think it's called Jubilee, that got many millions of views, I think it's had now. And it was basically some flat earthers sitting on stools and some scientists, in this big room sort of asking each other questions and stuff. So you may remember her from that. And also from here 2 weeks ago when we did that event 202, she was the host of that. So now everyone knows who she is, I think. Go ahead, Coach. Sorry.
She looked pretty good during that too, as well. So I mean, I couldn't remember who she was when you just said her name, but running it back, I was like, I know who that is, and I mean, I think she looks okay. I feel bad that she took all her content down though. That seems like a big deal.
Yeah, I'm not sure if she had a lot of content up, but she must have had some stuff. But there was definitely nothing on her channel when I looked. So that was the end of her. Another one bites the dust.
Yeah, I bet you should need some consoling right about now. I'm sure.
Are you ready to move in, Kosho? You going to give her a call?
Yeah, I think so. If I can locate, Scott might. He lives a little bit closer than I do, but maybe he can give me an in. But she's on the list. After that, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire girl who also needed some consoling, probably after missing that first question.
Yeah. All right, well, staying with our Karen theme for the time being, what do you guys make of this?
here we are in North Carolina, and doing a little tattoo sacrament out in nature on the edge of the property here, and hanging out with my good friend Karen B. But in this new era of truth seekers in this community that's unraveling a lot of this occulted wisdom, now more than ever, I think would be a good time to celebrate the true cosmology that we've unraveled from the Matrix. Hey, I'm hanging out here at Karen B's house. We did this cool flat earth tattoo here, and it was really amazing. You want to say anything about it? What do you think about it?
I love it. It's the Babylonian model of the universe. It's one of the oldest models of the universe.
Was this your first geocentric flat, tattoo?
Yes, for sure.
I've always actually been one of my favorite flat Earth images ever. And I think I told you this, but that one poster, that last big epic flat Earth poster design I did was inspired by this. So
yeah,
but I tell you what, it was extremely.
Oh, what a very wonderful and beautiful piece of artwork that was. I'm sure you all...
I can't stop laughing at that one. It's too good, man. Oh, even the Babylonians would laugh at that. Like, draw things straight.
I don't care if you're a flat earther or not. That is not a nice tattoo, is it?
She didn't look happy either. It's all
she didn't sound overjoyed, did she?
I love it.
Yeah, I love it.
Can anybody tell me what they thought that was? Because I remember
the
I saw
Babylonian conception of the universe, Kosho.
Yeah, I didn't. I mean, I guess I recognized. I think that was supposed to be Mount Meru on the pyramid-y bit, but I didn't really get. I really don't think he made a good job of conveying what he was trying to convey. It just cut off there, actually. I must have messed up in the editing there. But when he's standing there, he said it was very technical and it was very difficult. But we got through it, or something like that was the line he used. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a pyramid. It was like a pyramid on top of an upside down pyramid.
Right. It was. I don't know. I don't know about the colours either. It didn't really. Well, I guess it didn't really have a lot of colour, did it? I suppose that was the idea, but not what I would have wanted on me. I was surprised as well. Actually, you saw. Maybe you missed it right at the beginning of that, but you're kind of. There's a shot where you're sort of looking over her shoulder, and she's wearing shorts, and all of her legs are tattooed as well, which. I mean, I knew she'd got like sleeves, but I didn't know all her legs are done as well. So,
feel bad for the artist.
I guess I don't think he did it all. I think that was the first one she'd had from him. Probably the last.
That was Tiger one's pretty cool, but then underneath.
What?
Yeah, but the artistry's not too bad, is what I'm saying. I wouldn't get one.
It looks like it's from a coloring book.
Well, I just mean you can't get worse than this tattoo. It's really bad. Sorry.
Nah, I don't want to pick on her too much because I had already said enough stuff about the last lady. So, but
there's going to be a lot of it tonight, I'm afraid, Coach.
Yeah, I know. But I was going to say that there wasn't a flat Earth on the tattoo. Like I think he forgot about the Earth completely. His jacket at the beginning looks cooler than that tattoo, I think.
Right.
It symbolizes like the top part is like the world or whatever, and then the mirror part below is like the spiritual world or something. That's what it.
Yeah, sort of as above, so below kind of a thing.
Yeah, that kind of thing, and it's flat. But they love it. The fact we have to explain it is just...
Yeah.
Anyway.
What are your thoughts, Scott? Any thoughts on that? I guess it's each to his own.
Yeah, I was mostly just not able to figure out what exactly it was. The one thing I'll say in her defense is I feel like all tattoos look terrible right after they're done because of this. It's all swollen and red and weird looking.
That's true.
I can never feel like I can evaluate them in that moment. But
Come on.
Does anyone have tattoos? I've always wanted a tattoo, but I've never had one because I can't settle on any kind of image or graphic that I want on me forever. I don't like anything visually forever. I'll get fed up with it, I think.
Yeah, just get a t-shirt, right?
But then I think, well, I'm 55, so it wouldn't be forever, would it? probably won't be for very long at all. So I don't know.
I've got none, but when I was a kid, I wanted, like, if I would have got the ones I would have wanted when I was like 16 and everything, I'd have some of the stupidest tattoos on me right now. But yeah, I'm glad. I don't know if I'll ever get one, but it's just like you said, like, if it's got to be something you want for the rest of your life. Like, if you don't want it on your body for the rest of your life, like if you think in 10 years you might like different things or something, then yeah, that's probably not a good idea. That's my opinion, at least.
But you've been in the Navy, Kosho. Surely you've got like an anchor on your shoulder.
Yeah, but that's one of the cool things, though. Is like most of the people in the Navy, that's how you can tell somebody apart from everybody else. Is the haircut, the clothes, the tattoos. But I was able to blend in the Middle East, so I got out of a lot of trouble that way.
Right. All right, shall we have a bit more?
Yeah.
It's a very Karen-themed show this evening.
I was going to say, there's like a Karen episode. Not just Karen, but all Karen, all around Karen.
And now yet more of Queen Flatty Karen B. Here are some excerpts from a 4.5-hour stream. The things I have to go through for you guys. Please enjoy the dystopian nightmare that is the world of Karen B.
A few years ago, Zen put forth a challenge for somebody to prove that the Earth had curvature using real-world experiments that could be repeated by anybody. This man tried to he accepted the challenge and he tried to prove that the Earth had curvature, but he didn't do it using any sort of direct measurement of the Earth, like what most of us do, where we go get lasers and we try to actually measure the curvature of the Earth, or, some of the other things that we've done, like force the line. This guy instead chose to write a computer program based on the maths, the agreed upon math, which is 8 inches per the mile squared. He started to try to argue that was the wrong formula, the wrong curvature formula for the size of the Earth. But you can't really, this is basic, this is spherical trigonometry. Numbers don't lie in that regard. So he tried to create this computer program to show that there was curvature on the Earth, which is obviously not demonstrable in the real world.
That sounds an awful lot like that.
It's reification. It's a joke. So Zen Garcia said, well, no, you don't win the prize, And so this guy tried to turn around and sue Zen Garcia and say that he was committing fraud and that he was lying in court, that the case was dismissed without prejudice because, he could not, according to Zen's rule, which is a reasonable rule, that you had to have something that was demonstrable in the real world, demonstrable and repeatable, using the scientific method, prove that there was curvature on the Earth, and he could not do it. So finally it was dismissed without prejudice, and the Globe was unable to win in a court of law, which is awesome because that now sets a precedent. It's documented, it's in the legal system that no curvature can be found on the Earth. That's a huge score for Flat Earth. Huge. They've started a church, a Flat Earth church, and it's called Church of the Flat Earth, and there's a website for it and everything. And they started it basically to take advantage of the legal protection that is granted to churches. So if you get fired from your job because you say you're a flat earther, if you lose custody of your children because you say you're a flat earther, if you are a member of this church, you then have an avenue to take some sort of legal recourse, as a result of that. So for me, I think this is a good thing, because we do need some sort of protection, because everybody who's a flat earther knows that we get attacked. We get discriminated against. A lot of people have lost jobs. I've heard of people being thrown into insane asylums. They get thrown into mental hospitals. They lose custody of their children.
Really? Whoa, you've heard this?
Yeah.
Earth? What for you is just like, that's it. There's no way we live on a globe.
We see too far.
Yeah.
I mean, that's once you know what the math is for the curvature, once you know what it's supposed to be, okay, because they always tell you, oh, you don't ever see curvature because the Earth is so big, but they don't ever tell you how freaking big it's supposed to be. They don't tell you how big. They don't tell you the size. They don't tell you the curvature math. They don't tell you any of that shit in school. So you just assume, oh, it's just too big to see the curvature. But really, you should, if you get if in certain topographical areas, especially over water, like island in Hawaii or something like that, you should be able to see the effects of curvature.
Well,
you should.
Karen, they talk about two sides of their mouth, because then they tell you boats over the horizon is proof of the ball.
Right. But then that can't be it, because if you're standing on the beach and you look to the horizon, that's only a few miles, and that's not way too soon to be seeing a curvature if they say Earth is the size that it is. Isn't this how the path of the sun goes? And they'll show you a diagram, and in the center they'll show you a little sphere, which is like the celestial sphere, and in the center of the sphere is this, right? It's a little flat circle, and then they'll have a little man. It's my little crystal. Is my little man sitting in the center of the circle, and then the little man, his point of view, sees the sun rising this way and coming this way in a big arc across the sky, right? That's how they measure stuff. It's based on your perception. Wherever you're standing, your perspective, that's, what you're seeing in the sky. So, we all know the Earth isn't curved because there's no measurable curvature. The Earth is not a ball. It's not a ball. We can't measure any curvature. We can measure any motion. So that's not what it is. So then how are things working? How is it working then?
Right, yeah. For sure. So I had one other thing too, though.
The first, most important realization that everybody needs to come to is that what we were told is not reality. That's not where we are. That's not how things work here. It's just not.
Yeah.
They want to tell you, oh, you only use 10% of your brain at any given time. No, you don't.
Yeah.
You use all of it. You use all of it. They tell you that you used only 10% of it so that they can commandeer it and use it for their purposes. Reality is not what we were told. It's just not. And the only way we're going to figure it out is if we open ourselves up to investigating every aspect of it. Leave no stone unturned. Realize that you are divine. We are all divine. And the reason that this is happening is because we are divine. Okay? The only way that they can take our power from us is if we willingly submit it. Okay? And we are willingly submitting it through their mind control, through their poison, through their vaccines, through their brainwashing, through all the shit that they do to us. That's how we're willingly submitting our power. If we didn't, you just think. Because all I know about history is that it was bullshit. I mean, we can go through ancient texts, we can go through the mud flood, through the religious text and all that stuff. And I think that might even be the best place to look, because I feel like they might leave some truth in the religious text. but I fully believe that any history that's been fed to us is 100% bullshit. And I never liked history in school. I was never into it. I never paid much attention to it. I just feel like it's all bullshit. And back then I didn't know why, but now I know why.
Yeah.
Because
That
maybe it was
intuition.
bullshit. Oh, this date was the Magna Carta, and this date was the Manifest Destiny, and blah blah blah. Whatever. Fuck all that shit. It was all made up bullshit anyway. Goddamn, if you don't know what's happening, they're gonna put you in a fucking trance. And they're gonna have you buying all their stupid shit and buying all their stupid lies and propagating their stupid lies and perpetuating their bullshit propaganda. But you have to know they're trying to mind fuck you. Always.
Mm-hmm.
Every fucking second they have. If I say, I'll cut you, I will cut you. I will cut you. I'm not kidding.
What a lovely character she is.
She was so high. Cynthia was saying she was mashed up. She was like eating at the end.
Yeah. Well, like I say, it was a 4.5 hour stream.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she just I just think that she's a good example of what a sort of a dim view that flat earthers have, you know, when she lets it all hang out like that. You know, they're trying to mind fuck you, and history's bullshit, and television's bullshit, and Valentine's Day is bullshit, and just, you know, everything's bullshit, you know, and they are trying to poison you with their vaccines, and they're poisoning our food, and I mean, what it must be like.
She's munching on some s'mores or something.
I know. Yeah. I don't know what she was eating, but it didn't look that healthy, did it?
You watched the whole thing though, man. I feel so bad. But so what was she talking about? She was talking about stabbing him with the knife or something like that. I'll cut you or whatever.
Cut you. Yeah, and that's a thing that she said a few times. I don't really.
A few times.
She sort of she tries to put herself across as this sort of, you know, like the mountain woman of flat Earth sort of thing. You know, sort of.
Yeah, she's trying to lure Bigfoot, I guess.
Yeah, you know, she's the sort of farm girl. And somebody asked who Brian Staveley is. Brian Staveley is a flat earther who he often does a live stream with Karen B, and his thing is the Mandela effect. He's he goes on and on about that all the time. He thinks, you know, every little memory quirk is someone being Mandela affected.
Yeah, it's a good one though, because like I'm sure he said, Luke, I am your father, not no. But anyway, yeah, that one got me in Star Wars. Oh, by the way, Jose wants to know if Curved would have relations with Karen B. Karen B. P. B.
Not even with his.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't say too much. I've already said too much, and yeah, I wouldn't do it. Not in 10,000 years.
Okay, are we all gonna go through everyone? Scott, what would you do? We'll take Scott's silence as a no. I'm a no. Jem.
Well, you know, when you're a 55-year-old cripple, you take what you can get. You know what I mean?
There you go. There you go. Yeah, there's all your answers.
Apparently, Sean Hawkins sent me a message that says, you completely missed the fact that Karen B's tattoo artist's shirt says natural law. That is not natural, but natural, spelt incorrectly.
Oh, wow.
I did miss that. Good one.
You know, I forgot to mention too, because I don't know if you read it. I was like, it says like, you know, the sovereign sitting and all this other stuff. But at the very bottom, it says mud flood of 1812 or something like that. I was like, what? How's that relevant?
Oh, also, oh no, I forgot. Sorry.
Well, I mean, it wasn't that interesting, was it? That it's sort of, her doing her thing. But that was kind of the point I wanted to make with it, really, was that I just think the whole idea is just it's so anti-humanist and so, I don't know, when you peel away all the arguments about where the horizon is and stuff like that, underneath it is this really very, very dim view of reality and particularly of humanity. And I think that she expresses that quite well. It's really the point I wanted to make.
But
that's why
out of 4.5 hours, you couldn't get one clip of her saying something that was actually true.
Not really. I mean, right at the beginning, it was uploaded this week, actually, this Hangout. I should explain. But it's actually, I think, a couple of months old. Not very old. But because at the beginning, she's talking about that Zen Garcia thing. And I thought, because I know that the guy had appealed the decision. And she was saying that the appeals were over and it had ended. So maybe it isn't that long ago, because I didn't know that. I didn't know it was all over and done with. But, she framed that as, it's now official and in a court, it documented that no curvature can be found. Well, that isn't true. And you could almost see from the look on her face as she said that she knew she knew that wasn't quite true. Or, in fact, even slightly true. So,
that. Go ahead, Mr. Curve.
That was it. It was bad.
Well, no, I was just gonna say that what you said about the human nature of that clip. I guess that whole debate. I think that clip with the grocery store and Shelley Lewis, that really kind of shows you that same contrast between, I guess, how they perceive the world to be and actually how not it's not as dark and drew me or
right
the dark right, like how they're trying to make it like it's like this scary place and like there's this authoritarian control. Well, they're just trying to protect the grocery store and the guy's dancing and everything like that. So it's like there's these two worlds in contrast. It's just really interesting.
That's right. If you think of it just for what it is, which is people just trying to protect valuable stock in a grocery store and not be responsible for spreading a disease around. And whereas in her head, they're sort of, carrying out the wishes of the evil elite as they attempt to oppress us and make us, do stuff that we don't want to do. It's
exactly.
It is two very different things. One that's actually happening and one that's sort of imagined to be happening. Well, we hope. Let's hope they're not right.
Well, you remember Shelley was a part of that thing, like you said, the 202 thing, and with Karen B. So they were both there, kind of spreading like this scary outlook for what's happening, all this kind of stuff. So yeah, you can see perfectly how they perceive it in their head, and I guess it must suck because it's not really that bad.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I must admit, I've felt a bit of it myself, when I'm hanging around with these things, and there are frustrations associated with lockdowns and stuff. And I have to remind myself, that it isn't, they oppressing us. It's just people trying to get by and making the best of a bad situation where, none of us really know what we're doing, really, including our governments, I think, and
Bill Gates knows.
Right. Shall we have something else?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Credit goes to Everett Anderson and his awesome channel for introducing me to our next flatty. Let's enjoy the recent adventures of Rad Vlad. Oops.
All right, in this video here, I'll be demonstrating some self-defense tactics for flat earthers. If you are a flat earther, you may be subject to physical attack from other people, from friends or family members, from strangers. Even family members may want to physically harm you, punch you, or attack you. So this will be some basic self-defense tactics. If you're a flat earther and you're attacked, or a Trump supporter in California or anywhere, or even just a Christian, but anywhere you are, people aren't going to like that. Whether you're on a school campus or just in the street or somewhere, you may be attacked from behind, and an angry mob of liberals or millennials or atheists even may try to physically attack you. So this is how you deal with these people. So you start with the basic. There's a way to jab. So you just kind of step into the Antifa member or Hillary Clinton supporter. I don't know who the Democrat candidate will be this election cycle, but whoever it is, you can bet that they're going to gather around, and it could be possible violent attack against the sound-minded, conservative-thinking people.
Hey, so what's up, everybody, man? Just wanted to check in with you guys, got some bad news lately. I wasn't feeling good. I've been coughing, stuff. My lungs were hurting. Just throwing up. And then my wife told me you better go to the doctor. So now I'm good. It kept getting worse and worse. And make long story short, they checked me out. They told me I do have the coronavirus. So, man, doctor told me I probably got a couple weeks. Give me a couple weeks to live. So, it is what it is. Nothing I can do about it. Just wanted to come on here and say goodbye to everybody. Just want to say sorry to all the globetards. If I made fun of you guys, just did it out of love, man. Just trying to. All I wanted was to have a little fun and spread a little truth around. I called you a moron, an idiot, and retard. I called some of you guys mongoloid morons. I hope you guys don't hold that against me, man. You're just trying to have a little fun. And but I'm here just in quarantine right now. It got me away from my friends and family, wife and kids. They just passed food to me under the door. It's what I need to eat, but I really don't have much appetite. And I remember when I first started hearing about coronavirus, I noticed people were buying up supplies in the stores and kind of acting like panicking a little. I remember making fun of them, I didn't think it was real, man, but now, I know it's real. I got it. I remember, I walk in the store and I go like, Corona! Ah! We're all gonna die! Ah! I was doing stuff like that, acting like a total fool, man. And people just trying to, make it through this time. I was like the total joker, man. First I was afraid, I was terrified, kept thinking I can catch corona if I go outside. But then I bought my safety mask, and I bought my rubber gloves, and I put them on. And now I stand up strong, so here I go, straight to the store. I will buy enough supplies to last me 100 days or more. Weren't you the one who tried to take all the Hostess cherry pies? Don't even try. I'll make you die. And I will survive. I will survive. It's not about you, it's about me. I just have to stay alive. I will survive. So step aside. I have to buy all the supplies I need so I can stay alive. I've got all my life to live. I have nothing good to give, but I will survive. I will survive. I will survive. I will survive. Were you the one who tried to take all the Hostess cherry pies? Don't even try. I'll make you die. And and I will survive. Hey, what's up, guys? I want to take a minute to talk about this total nonsense going on with the coronavirus. Man, that is some nonsense. I've never seen anything like it. I can't believe what's going on all around me. You know, what gets me the most are the people with the masks on everywhere. I challenge you guys. You and ask anybody this question. Name one person who has died from this COVID-19. You can't do it. You don't know anyone who's died. You can maybe name some people who supposedly are infected. What does that mean? Like Tom Hanks was infected and he's okay. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Who died? I want to know who's died from this. Because, you know, for the measures they're taking, you know, we need to see some bodies, man. All you guys, you mindless drones, I'm going to be performing brain surgery on you guys today. I'm going to attempt to help you. Now, you're going to kick and scream. You're not going to like it. But I'm going to do it for your own good because I care for you guys. It hurts me to see you guys go through life with that little pea brain of yours that is very limited. It doesn't really give you the ability to live a free, full life, you know? It's just like you're like in this little box. So I'm gonna try to help you guys, but it's gonna be tough, man. I know a celebrity like Joe Schmo from England. He was a keyboard player for the band that no one ever heard of. He died from COVID-19. You know, the stuff you guys come up with was like so stupid, man. So I'm gonna take that away from you. I'm gonna give you the question like this. I want you guys to tell me one person who died from COVID-19 that we all know, that I know, that you know, that everybody knows. A celebrity. Pick any one, but it's got to be a big one. And there's plenty to choose from, man. I want to know Oprah Winfrey died from it. Ellen DeGeneres died from it. Whoopi Goldberg died from it. Sylvester Stallone died. Mel Gibson died. Mike Tyson died. Evander Holyfield died. Lennox Lewis died. It's another thing about you guys. Like, you don't have a sense of humor and you don't get jokes. Like I did a video where I was joking about having corona and all you guys are like, oh, you're lying. You had corona and now you're saying name one person that had corona, but you had corona. You think you're smart, but if you were smart, you'd have a sense of humor. That proves your lack of intelligence. Look how I'm still recording. You guys are so dumb. You can't tell a joke from reality.
I guess it makes two of us, man. I couldn't tell if he was joking or not.
I thought that until I found that video, because I'd seen the other one. I thought it had it. So he fooled me.
Bazinga!
I mean, we all know somebody now that everybody knows. Was it Siegfried or Roy, whichever one?
Right. Yeah, I think he's probably the most famous, isn't he? I did leave him a list of 28 celebrities. The keyboard player from the band that no one had ever heard of was the keyboard player from the Stranglers who died.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I don't think they're a band that no one's ever heard of. I think they're a band that most people have heard of. So
you'd have heard the music anyway. You'd have heard that.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know what they did, but I've heard of them.
Which one? What's the? Actually, I don't even really think. Was it they the ones that did Golden Brown?
I was thinking Golden Brown.
Yeah. Golden Brown. Yeah, I won't sing it.
Yeah, probably better not. We've only just got away with I Will Survive, haven't we? I was watching the stream expecting it to go down at any moment. But we got through. He was distorted enough, I think, to get away with it.
That was really funny.
It was. He was funny. Yeah, I had to laugh at that. He's singing about cherry pies or something, eating all the cherry pies or something.
I like the like, oh, I'm dying. I've got 2 weeks to live. I just want to say, like, I'm sorry, Globetards. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What do you mean names?
Yeah, that was. It was hard not to giggle during that. That was funny.
Well, in all seriousness, that is probably one of the best songs I've ever heard, ever written by a mongoloid moron.
Yeah. Oh dear. Look, you've got to do more talking.
Sorry.
We're racing through the clips. I'm looking at the time. I'm thinking it's going to be a short show this evening.
It's all right.
I was kind of hoping. I mean, I know Curve. He's a friend of mine, so I'm going to go ahead and assume he was being sarcastic there. Yeah. I don't know. I couldn't. At first, I thought he was trying to sing the regular song. So I was like, "Come on, dude, just learn the lyrics." But the lyrics he made up, it was like he wasn't trying. I don't know if he was like even. I put any effort into it. He was just like barely talking over it, not to the rhythm of the music. So I don't think you're going to get hit with anything for that. So.
Yeah. I don't think. Yeah, well, I don't think it will be a hit either. Perhaps. Should we have a bit more then?
Come on.
I'll let you off. Since
Sorry.
I was asleep until like 5 to 10.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Well, does everybody feel safer now after watching him jab at his little punchy bag?
Yeah. No.
When that work a comedy, we get attacked a lot.
Yeah.
By our friends and family.
Yeah, this could be an atheist or a
wild atheist.
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton supporter.
An angry mob of liberals.
Do you think that he was really screaming in the grocery store like that? Like when he screamed at the top of his lungs, he was one there screaming Corona? That's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
He's got to be insane.
Yeah, he looked pretty insane. Somebody's saying get Kosho. Oh, it's Gary. Gary says get Kosho to do his trick on camera. I think we discussed the technical challenges of that and decided it was beyond the capabilities of our studio.
Yeah, I'm disappointed in Scott, man, because I did this whole thing because I wanted to. I know he doesn't believe in hypnosis. He doesn't believe in magic or mentalism, and so I wanted to get him. And I know I got him, but he's still convinced that it wasn't mentalism. He thinks that he's convinced there was some trick.
I think he left the stream. He rattled him.
Right.
Yeah, I know. I got to him.
Yeah, you've rocked his world.
When he heard you've been in his head for 24 hours, suggesting cards to him.
Yeah. Oh, what a time for my lighter to conk out. Oh, there it is. It's worked.
What, your lighter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Let's have a bit more then. Another nutter. Corona denying flatter fucker continues to be a pain in the arse for our Canadian cousins. That was hard to say. Here he is on a shopping trip with a friend, desperately trying to find someone he can argue with.
Hey guys, what's up? 10 people here. I realize there's a TNT market here, and TNT apparently has a policy that you got to wear a mask. So I'm going to try to get in without a mask, and I'm going to put on my Zorro mask. My Zorro. Well, a Lone Ranger. I'll refer to it as a Lone Ranger. What if we just try to sneak in and butt it to the front of the line? She's spraying people, or they're throwing their masks away?
They have to take your temperature first.
They're gonna take temperature?
Yep, that's why I heard, yeah.
Oh, they're taking temperature?
Yep.
No, you can't take my temperature. Okay, let's see what's up. Look at this lineup. I'll be right back. You hang out there. Breathing carbon dioxide. This is silly. This is like the U.S. Zombie land. This guy's mask looks dirty. Temperature check service. I don't need a temperature check. The government says put on a mask. The media says put on a mask, and you wear a mask. You're breathing in your own carbon dioxide. It's so.
I'm wearing a mask to protect you, not to protect
Oh,
me.
are you sick?
I'm a doctor. I know.
Oh, can I ask you some questions?
Shut up and move on.
You're a doctor, but I'd love to ask you some questions to educate me. So, are you showing symptoms right now? So you're trying to protect me. So then, how are you?
Because 20% of COVID cases are asymptomatic.
Okay, that's
I
what.
could have it and I could be giving it to you.
Okay, what I realized is.
Pati kay Kadnaw, hilong na lang diha.
Sorry,
Pati kay Kadnaw, hilong na lang diha.
I don't understand what you're.
You don't need to.
Well, you're a doctor. You need to educate me.
I don't think you are fit to be educated.
Well,
You
why
have
not?
your own opinions and ideas and you can't change it.
Well, now you have an opinion. I'm obviously going to ask questions to learn. You're making assumptions about me.
Yeah, I am. Because you're also making assumptions about us.
What assumption did I make about you?
So we're wearing masks. So what's wrong with wearing masks?
Well, from my research, it says breathing in carbon dioxide, our own carbon dioxide, is bad for our immune system. And you're a doctor. I've heard doctors say this. Nurses, doctors, even the CDC and Fauci.
You're not breathing in your own carbon dioxide.
What are you breathing then?
Air. The air also goes in. So you notice the filter is blue.
But if you're a
inside is white.
so I've listened to some doctors and scientists.
Filter in the oxygen.
Okay. But there's people that are passing out from wearing the mask all day.
That's their problem. I wear a mask all day. I work in the operating room. I'm not never had to pass out.
Yeah. So how about
N95 10 hours a day.
yeah, that's your job. That's your job to protect because you're doing surgeries and stuff, right? And you got to protect for infection.
I don't feel like I'm breathing in carbon dioxide.
Okay, but that's for bacteria. Now let's say what I learned about viruses is they're inorganic and not contagious. They're natural in our body from exomes. No, that's serious. That I've spent.
Really, tell that to the 200,000 Americans.
No. Forget about the 200,000. I'm talking about the pure science, the first principles of viruses. They've never been isolated. Are you swearing at me in a language?
Yes.
Can you say that again? Maybe I'll get somebody to translate it. What language was that?
You're recording it. Why don't you ask?
Well, could you be polite? I've been cordial with you. I'm not being an asshole. I'm talking to you nicely.
Yes, you are.
But I'm speaking with you nicely.
No, you're not.
Oh, man, this world has gone Twilight Zone. You can't even have a human conversation with someone. This is insane. No, what happened to the humanity, ma'am? What happened to the humanity like 3 months ago? You could talk to strangers, get along with them. It's all gone, and this mask is hiding people's. No, I've done the research. Don't be a sheep.
Triggered.
You want to be rude, I'll be rude to you. I'm trying to be polite.
Triggered.
Triggered! Are you afraid of getting sick? No?
No, it's not policy. Yes, you cannot, no.
No, yeah. No, I mean you're wearing a mask. Are you afraid?
Yeah, I'm afraid.
Oh.
Why you guys no mask?
Because there's no virus. There's no virus.
Yes, but it's our rule. We had to have mask. to enter the
Medical condition. It's a medical condition.
Ah, flat earth fucker. What a wanker. What can I say?
That mask was jokes though.
Yeah.
Robin.
Well, he's always living up to his name.
Well, he's going, where's the humanity? He walked down that queue calling everyone sheep. And then, he said it's like a zoo. And then says, where's the humanity? And, he's very, very bothered that people are telling him to wear a mask. But he seems to have totally forgotten that other people have got the right to wear a mask if they want to. And, he's got video after video where everywhere he goes, he's wearing a mask and she's wearing a mask and he's got gloves on. And, I just think, if you care about this, if you care about personal liberty, shut the fuck up about what everyone else is wearing. Just let them wear what they want to wear. It's none of your business. And the other thing I'd say about that is, you know, you saw at the start, you know, he's going out hunting down these confrontations, trying to find places he can shop where they'll make him wear a mask. I mean, this was some sort of like Asian food store, and he got in there on his shopping trip, and he doesn't really know what he's going to buy once he's in there. He's just trying to come up with ideas, and in the end he buys like a loaf of bread or something. So it was all a big effort just really to get a YouTube video, I think.
Yeah, he deserves a punch in the gut, I think. I don't know. It's funny because I'm looking at his body type, I guess, and I don't know. It doesn't really seem like he does hot yoga at all. So I'm surprised.
Well, he's not done any for a few months, mate.
Yeah, I guess it comes back on quick. But yeah, but I don't know. But that's funny that he's like the one lady he talks to. I don't know if it's a one lady, obviously, because he probably talked to many people. But she happens to be a doctor, and she's educating him right there. I mean, I don't know. It's crazy how you could think you're more educated than a doctor, and you're going to be teaching them something.
Right. I think as well. I think she probably recognised him because he's been on the TV a couple of times when his gym thing got shut down, and he wouldn't shut it down, would he? And who was it? The state, was it like the governor or something? Or I don't know, some local politician called him a arrogant moron or something, or idiot or arrogant idiot, I think he called him. So
no, yeah. I mean, I hope if anybody there sees, I mean, if anybody at all sees this, I see this. I don't even live in Canada, and yeah, I mean, he seems like a harm to society for real.
Right.
But that doctor knows about exomes now, though. You bet your bottom dollar.
Right. A lot of the flatties are saying this thing about, you're breathing in your own carbon dioxide. But, I mean, that's clearly bollocks. It's because you don't breathe out carbon dioxide, do you? I mean, you do, but you breathe out air with less oxygen in it than you breathed in, right? You don't use all the oxygen in every breath.
Well, you're also not
the other
breathing
gases.
Yeah, you're not breathing back in the same breath you just breathe out, though, either. So
right, and there's nowhere for it to be stored around your mouth, is there? The thing's fairly close to your mouth, so there's nowhere for carbon dioxide to hang around. Plus, it's heavier than air, so it would just fall away if there was any concentration of it. Right, it would just pour out the sides of the mask.
He's a pretty stupid guy, and yeah.
Yeah, it would be a bigger concern if you were wearing, say, a plastic bag over your head.
Right.
That would definitely be a factor.
I mean, I have heard people say that they've had masks. Who was it the other day was telling me that they'd got a mask and they found that they did feel that it restricted their breathing. It made it hard for them to breathe through. But that's a kind of a different idea, isn't it? So I think if that was the case, you would just adjust the mask, or
if you can't breathe.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we've been putting scarves around our faces and stuff in the cold weather for thousands of years, I'm sure.
Right. No, that's
Just
true.
be sensible.
Yeah.
If you're feeling a little lightheaded, mask.
Mine doesn't bother me, and I mean, there are so many professions, trades of people that do, have to wear dust masks, respirator, all kinds of stuff, virtually all day long.
Right.
No, I mean, this is just he's insane.
That's true. I hadn't thought of that. Of course, there are tradespeople that have got these masks on all the time, right?
Sure.
8 hours a day, So, yeah, crazy idea. And I just think, he's like he said, where's the humanity? And you can't talk to people. Well, that's because you go around criticizing everyone, calling them sheep and telling them that they shouldn't be doing what they're doing, and that you know better than they do. Well, if you behave like that, what sort of reaction do you think you're going to get? I don't know.
And one other point, don't surgeons wear those masks? Aren't they surgical masks?
Right.
The surgeons wear what they're doing.
Right. I don't think you'd be able to do surgery if you were breathing in too much carbon dioxide.
Well, there you go. Flat Earth Fokker. Is it Fokker? What was his name again?
Fokker, yeah.
Flat Earth Fokker.
Yeah.
I appreciate comedy mask it. I hadn't thought of that. That did make me chuckle.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of, it's like I said, if it was somebody else, anybody else, and that was like the only thing they did, like, okay, that's kind of funny, but like him on top of everything else,
Yeah, the rest of the
makes him more of an asshole.
Right.
But I agree with it. It is kind of funny.
I guess it's a good way of getting out of that. Oh, you've got to wear a mask, and you just stick that on, and then people are like, "Ah, well, I didn't actually mean that." Right. God, we're near the end. I also have Everett Anderson to thank for introducing me to this guy. As always, we save the nuttiest till last. This is what happens when a lunatic even, finds the absurd performance known as the Flat Earth Debate.
There is only one horizon that they claim that you can measure to, and that's the geometric horizon. Remember this. You will never be able to see this geometric horizon. You will never be able to measure to this geometric horizon. They will always change it to an apparent horizon. Remember, all horizons are apparent. Apparent means that you can fucking see it with your eyes, you fucking retards. You're so fucking filthy, sick, fucking retarded. It goes beyond measure. You have had your mind skull fucked beyond recognition. The laughing that is going on behind your backs, you silly little fucking monkeys, is beyond measure. They are literally laughing at you. They have convinced you that you live on a ball floating through space is a fucking accident. That's how fucking stupid you are. And then when you realize that you're living on a flat earth plane that is enclosed with a fucking dome, you will shit your fucking pants. And all this fucking corona crap nonsense, your fucking filthy fucking pandemic, you filthy fucking actors, you sick, twisted fucks. Oh, it's coming, baby. It's coming. And there's nothing you can do to stop it. Fucking ad-hom me, fucking call me fucking names, do whatever the fuck you want. But it makes no fucking difference. You fucking thick as a brick fucking retards. There is only one horizon, and it's the one you fucking see with your fucking eyeballs. And it never curves. And because you're so filthy fucking stupid, you do not even understand what perspective is. You do not even incorporate it in any form of distance. Anything that's off in the distance that disappears beyond your line of sight is automatically the curve of the earth because you are a fucking retard. It is that simple. You don't take into perspective, linear squashing, any of it. You take a fucking floor, you take a fucking flashlight, and you stick the fucking thing on the fucking floor that's fucking flat. And you take a fucking camera and you stick it on the floor. And if it's far enough away, that fucker will disappear. And the floor is flat as fuck. You lie, you pretend, you whatever the fuck you want to do. But most of all, I think the most that you should do, hold on a second. I got something for you. There it is go fuck yourself, you fucking mental midget.
John Hawkins. Yeah, the horizon is not the same as the bulge. The horizon is slightly before the bulge.
Listen to this fucking liar double speaking. Listen to that fucking thing. Someone should shove a fucking sock in its fucking mouth and club it with a fucking bat.
It's describing something that should be a demarcation between land and sea. That's what a horizon is. It's labelled as such. However, it does not exist beyond the labelling of a horizon in your geometric
Make your model work. Don't talk about our model. I don't even have a fucking model, you fucking monkeys. Make me fucking have a ball that's floating inside of a fucking vacuum chamber with a fucking water stick sticking to it while it spins around. Show that to me, you fucking punk bitch motherfuckers. Show it to me. You can't. All you can do is computer-generated imagery and some fucking piece of shit that fucking blah, 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 blah. I'm smart, adjust my tie, went to PhD, got everything. Yeah. I know this, you don't know that. You just don't understand. You don't understand. No, you don't understand. You cannot make a demonstration of a fucking model with a ball inside of a vacuum container holding water to it while it spins with the water held to it, and added to that have a moon spin around it. You just can't, you filthy fucking liars.
It's the geometric horizon. It's the tangent point with a tangent line you can't draw anymore. Another debunking of your geometric model with a horizon.
Your fucking globe is dying, you fucking retards.
It's not where the sky meets the land.
We know it only exists in your model. If it was where the sky and land meet, it would be a horizon. Now, it is labelled horizon in your now.
Just think of the lawsuits. Just think of them. You have the fucking globes in the classrooms teaching kids right at fucking... As soon as they walk into a classroom, kindergarten, shove that shit right in their fucking face with a fucking molten iron core in the fucking science books. Shove that right in their fucking face too, right? No science behind it, but you say the word science. And somehow you seem to think that you know what science is. You're a bunch of fucking sellouts. You're fucking traitors to the human race. You're fucking less than a cockroach. You're a fucking squish under my fucking heel. You don't even have guts to come out of you because you're gutless fucking curs.
Taste. Enjoy my salty nuts, you coward. You have to talk to this, don't you, you coward? And
Yes, enjoy my salty nuts, you fucking coward. I fucking love it!
Of it. It's the death of your model, Rumpus. Enjoy the taste of my balls. You're talking through me, aren't you, Fundy? That's all you can do while I...
Maybe what you can do is create a fake virus, and all the Illuminati fucking goofballs that are fucking running this world and fucking destroying everything, maybe they can fucking shit themselves in their seats right now. Shit coming out of their asses! Puke coming out of their fucking mouths! Lies and puke and shit! Because that's what they are. Just piles of quivering lies and puke and shit. Yeah, make up a fake virus. Then say a cold is Say a cold is it. Say a cold is coronavirus. Say a fucking sneeze is coronavirus. Say a fucking heart attack is coronavirus. A stroke is coronavirus. Everything's coronavirus. Even tell the doctors to do that. Get them scared. Get them afraid. Get them running around with fucking masks. Weaken their fucking immune system. So after they've had masks on for fucking 2 months, 3 months inside of a house, as soon as they take them off, they all get sick. Then they can say it's wave 2. And then you can make them all fucking get a fucking injection. And then you can stick real poison in them and really fucking kill them, right? Isn't that what you want to do, you fucking pieces of shit? You should all be fucking executed.
You've got no response to it.
Can I answer?
You've already answered.
The response that you were talking about.
You've already answered. Can I answer?
He did. He already answered. He's going to say the same thing over and over and over again. You can't see the geometric horizon. It's the apparent horizon. But no, the apparent horizon you can't measure to, but you can't see the geometric horizon. But if you can't see the geometric horizon, how the fuck are you going to measure the geometric horizon, you fucking retard? How the fuck are you going to physically measure a geometric horizon that you cannot see? And then tell everybody that you know the fucking distance. When your R value is based on a geometric horizon for the radius of the earth. R value meaning radius of the earth. You fucking retards. You're so fucking filthy fucking retarded it goes beyond measure. A fucking cockroach has more brains than you. Even a cockroach knows the fucking earth is flat. What the fuck's wrong with you, monkey? What Nathan Oakley is using is called real science. What you have been misguided to believe in real science is called pseudoscience. Pseudo, when you look up the definition of the word, means fake, sham, not real. That's all I have to say when it comes to the word pseudo. If it is not registering in your tiny Walnut-sized fucking brain. There is no hope for you. Please do not reproduce.
Just heard them argue it. They're fighting for a horizon that's not a horizon. So, yeah.
That can't be it.
That's what he just said.
That's literally it, though.
That's how fucking deep the cock went into your brain and how bad you were skull fucked. Did you hear what he said? They're fighting for a horizon that's a horizon. It can't be a horizon. Like, what don't you get, man? It's game over, Globe. Go get fucking skull fucked somewhere else. We're done with you fucking idiots. Everybody right now that has an inkling of what is going on right now should be fucking enraged. I mean angry as fuck. Because you have been fucking lied to and your entire life is a fucking lie. It's a filthy fucking lie. And if you think they stopped with Ball Earth, you think they didn't go after religion and fucking dinosaurs and the rest of it, you deserve your fate. You earned it.
Well, I hope you can all consider yourselves thoroughly ticked off after that.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
I'm starting to have second thoughts about all this, man. I mean, like, have you really considered the flat Earth? This guy makes a lot of great points, right? Like he listens to. I'm glad also to see that Nathan Oakley is that effect. I mean, because I imagine, like, sometimes I'm on a show, I get off a show, I'm like, okay, everyone thought he was as stupid as I thought he looked, and then like everyone's like raving his performance or whatever, and then you see guys at home that are literally pausing his show to act out what he's doing in real time. I'm like, oh crap, man! I hope that's not common.
He kind of reminds me if Nathan and Huey had a love child. Do you know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
a bit of both in there.
Wait, I should give his name. His YouTube channel is Zeus Beelzebub, and Beelzebub is spelt 13ILZA13U13. So basically, you replace the B's with a 13, and it's Beelzebub. And yeah, Zeus Beelzebub is his channel name. He does a lot of blood over intent stuff.
Oh my lord! So that's why he's so angry. He's one of them.
Yeah.
Woke. I feel silly. I gotta say, I just listening to that for what I believed all this time.
It's just a little
yeah.
brain.
Well, he did another video recently where he was trying to show that things disappear from the bottom up, and he uses the floor of his apartment, which is a sort of a, you know, like a shiny, polished fake wood floor, you know, that we have these days, laminate floor, you know, and he gets a spirit level out, which is a really short spirit level, to show that the distance between where his camera is and the door, which is about, I don't know, 8-10 feet or something like that, to show that this distance is level all the way along. And to show this, he keeps moving this spirit level. He goes, the bubble's in the centre! And he goes through this sort of list of things each time he moves it. And then he gets right to the end, he does the last one. And clearly he goes, the bubble's in the centre! And the bubble is like nowhere near the centre of the thing. And you can see, obviously, his floor slopes down somewhat right at the edge of the room kind of thing where he got his camera. But he's convinced he can make things disappear from the bottom up.
I'm sure he's got something. There's something to it. I'm sure. But I was thinking about his name. Like, his name is Zeus Beelzebub, as you said.
Yeah,
so it's like the devil.
Beelzebub.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? It's weird that he uses Zeus, and he happens to look like a satyr, like the goat men from Greek mythology. I don't know if that's part of his.
Very strange beard, that is, isn't it? I mean, I know beards are fashionable these days, but surely not that. What was that? Sort of slightly wonky smudge of hair. I mean, why bother?
They can hold on to it while he's lecturing everyone.
Yeah.
Like I say, he must have some shtick because he looks like whatever he's done. Either he's learned it from Nathan Oakley, which I doubt, because it looks like it's something he's practiced for a long time. Just like weird anger, where he's like staring at the camera, and he's got that the goatee look, and he looks like he could be quite effective if it wasn't for that lisp also. But yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I feel weird that he's like watching Nathan and literally acting out his scenes and stuff. And I've seen another guy who's had Nathan's cadence. So there's people who use his cadence and stuff, and
right,
kind of rubs me the wrong way. I don't know.
I think which one is it? Nathan Thompson as well. I think he's borrowed some of his. He talks like this kind of thing, like really slowly, to sort of mock his opponent. It's like he has to speak really clear, really slowly, so they'll understand it, sort of thing. And I think he's borrowed that off Oakley. It's not obvious he's copying Oakley because he's given it his own sort of style, but I think that's where he's sort of got it from.
Well, there is somebody who does. I wasn't going to say his name, but now that I think about it, I don't think anybody in the audience cares. But that guy, Effie Jedi.
Oh, yeah.
Effie Jedi, every time when I first heard him, it's obvious that because it's not like Nathan Thompson. Like, he's actually copying Nathan's cadence, like, the style and everything.
Sentences, word for word, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I said this to him, and the first time I met him, he said he'd never even watched Nathan Oakley. But you're saying his exact sentences that he says. So
in the same way he says it, like he's better at like Nathan Oakley than that last guy.
Right? Yeah, he is. Yeah, I think though this last guy, Zeus here, will he could be a future activist, couldn't he? He's the type that's cross enough to want to sort of start doing something about it. And so he's one to watch, I feel, because I think he will go and do something. I don't think he's going to go and do anything violent, or I'm not suggesting that, but
guard your lampposts.
he might go and, I don't know, do some street activism or do a Flat Earth Watertown, New York, and turn up at a town meeting or something like that. So I think he's one to watch for that sort of thing. Maybe we'll have to see.
He's got to live at home. Yeah.
One to watch, one to keep an eye on for future.
Yeah. Yeah.
To be fair, I was going to say about the Nathan Oakley thing. I feel like Rumpus. I heard him the other day. I think Nathan's cadence is rubbing off on Rumpus as well. I was kind of hearing tones of it. Yes, if Rumpus ain't listening because he only likes to listen to Flatties, but yeah, sort yourself out, Rumpus. Chill out here.
People do tend to sort of reflect, don't they, when they're in those sort of things. I know I have done. When you sort of reflect what's coming at you somewhat, But yeah,
Nathan is maniacal.
Yeah, well, yeah, and that's why I can never understand why Rumpus keeps going back on there, because it's just
because he just loves to chat about refraction.
Yeah, but it's just fodder for Oakley, isn't it? Really, you know what I mean? And when people don't go on there, they have to sort of do this thing where one of them acts the Glober and they sort of act out arguments with them, which is just so lame and just awful to listen to. It's just crap. So
yeah,
don't give him the content I've been saying for the last 18 months.
No, you're right. He loves it though, doesn't he, Rumpus? He loves it. So
he seems to. Yeah, some people do.
Can't take that joy away from him.
Yeah.
Did you hear what he was like? Whatever he was pausing him to repeat him and stuff, but because when Nathan does this, it really bothers me because I don't see why nobody else doesn't leave the show immediately, but he'll mute the other person and then start ASMR angry whispering. Where he's saying something really gross and I'm putting my nutsack on your what the hell is he talking about? And he's getting real gross and vulgar about it, and it seems like he's really into it. And yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't stick around for that.
Yeah, well, it is. It's just I don't understand why people like Zeus there and famously Eddie Bravo seem to take it think it's meaningful in some way. It's become such a performance. It's so far from a debate now that I don't know how they can possibly look at it and think it's cool in any way. It's just a shouty twat.
How many thousand shows has he done now?
Oh God, I don't know.
How many debates did he?
I don't know. It's many, many, many shows, isn't it? All right. Well, shall we round it up?
You got one more clip.
I have got one more clip, but I'm not gonna.
You're not gonna let us talk about it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna ask for comment.
Okay,
on
I
this
see
one.
how it is.
We're just gonna play out with this one, I think, and
okay.
leave it with for people to ponder, shall we?
Yeah.
All right. Let me round it up then. Once again, we have one more clip to show, and this one completes our Karen-themed show rather nicely. It requires no further comment than watch this space. And so with that, I will say a great big thank you to everyone who donated to my PayPal so far. If you can support the show, please follow the links in the description. And please, 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 please subscribe, guys. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I'm 116 away from monetizing.
Nah, you lost one extra one, didn't you? Or no?
Did I? I lost one.
Yeah, you lost it. You had 888 subscribers. You had 3 fat ladies, and then.
Oh, I didn't see that. I never saw it get that far. So must have been quick. Maybe someone. If people sign up with socks, you see, that doesn't help. But yeah, so if you're not subscribed, just click the button for me. It doesn't take a moment, and it will make a big difference to me. Thank you very much. Right, let me do the rest of it. Join us again next week for more fabulous flatness. In the meantime, if you see something that you think should be included in the show, please post a timestamp link in the comments section of this video. Or join our Discord server. The link is in the description, along with channel links for tonight's panel. Our Discord has nearly 2,000 members, and we managed to keep a conversation going virtually 24/7. We welcome members with opposing views, so click the link and join us. Thanks again to tonight's fabulous panel, and thanks to all of you for watching. We'll be back around the same time next week, so until then, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Have a great evening, and here is Ranty.
Okay, so hey guys, you know what I like to do? I like to start the show off with a little something, a little bit of a shout out or something like that, or some kind of information that I may be looking for, or anything really in general that may have caught my eye. So in this particular case, before I call Rude Earther and bring him in on the show, I just want to talk about Karen Petite. If you guys remember Karen Petite at all, I just want to know if anybody has her actual email address or any way of me being able to get in contact with her, or perhaps any way of somebody being able to tell her that I'm looking to speak with her, because I just want to have a quick chat and I just want to put her in contact with some people. Now, the names on the screen mean absolutely nothing. They're just there just because I just wanted to put some names there. But there are some people that may be out there that may have been in a similar situation to her in the past, who may wish to contact her and have a little chit chat, chin wag, you know, similar things may have happened to them in the past. So if any of these names that are on screen bear any resemblance to those people, it's absolute coincidence. It means absolutely nothing. The names are just there for the names being their sake. So anyone that knows Karen Petite, please get in touch with me. Also, if there's any ladies in the chat that have listened in that may have had any kind of issues similar to that, that may want to get in touch with me, I can perhaps put you in touch with other people that have maybe had a similar situation too. Now, that's as much as I'm going to say. I'm never going to mention this again. However, I will say that I will stay out of that situation. What I will and can do and have the ability to do is put you in touch with other ladies that may have had a similar situation to you. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, right, now let's get on with the show.
Stop talking about it and do something! Suck my dick, Earth, with that bullshit.
Really?
It's like a gentle hate. Do we have another benevolent star here? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Are you benevolent? Is your friend benevolent?
My name is Logan Paul, and I think I'm coming out of the flat earth closet.
This is so fucking depressing. I can't be a flat earth person.
You can't have it both ways. You can't have a flat earth and things making sense.